G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to DCS World, and welcome aboard the brand new module just released, the Spitfire Mark 9. Oh. Alright, I've got to say first up, I'm a little disappointed they don't have the engine pops coming out of the exhaust yet, but you know, it's still in development, so maybe soon. But I love the fact that they've got the back cackle when I back off the throttles. This is fantastic. Alright, enough fooling around, welcome to the cockpit. View here is really nice. Alright, so I need to make sure I'm perfectly clear about this because I don't want anyone to get confused. This is not a tutorial video, this is not a review video, this is my first impression. This is quite literally my first fly out. I'm going to take a look at the plane. Well, that's interesting. Cockpit's open, this side. I love the sound of that engine. Okay, so something I've discovered already, when you open the cockpit up on the Spitfire, you can't actually put your head outside of the boundaries of the canopy. It's like the glass is still there. So trying to lean over here to look around the outside of the canopy so you can taxi on the ground is an impossibility. There's actually no reason to... That's the jettison canopy button. That's the, oh shit, it's all gone wrong. Fair enough. Alright, well, screw it, let's get it off the ground. If I can't taxi it around, I'm glad I spawned it on the runway anyway, so... I still haven't learned up the startup procedures again. This is... I just want to fly the module, so... Alright. Engine RPM at full. Let's open the radiators up a little. I've bound most of the controls previous... Oh, shit, that jumped off the runway. Whoa, okay, hang on a second. Trim. Okay, that was silly of me. It looked like the Spitfire was trimmed as default for heavy nose up. It got off the runway in a real bloody hurry, but that was not exactly the most comfortable way to get off the ground. Just one moment. God, that engine sounds absolutely great. Sorry about that, I just had to go and check a keybind, one of my trim controls. Okay, so we're now up in the air, just a right-hand bank. We're going to fly up over these towns for the moment. Roll rate is lower than I would have expected, but the aircraft's agility is... Yeah, this thing's going to turn really hard, which is exactly what you would expect it to do. To be fair here at the moment too, I automatically went through and put an S-curve on all my axes. I know what it's like flying World War II warbirds without a S-curve on your joystick control axes. It would be a nightmare. Well, it is a nightmare. So I've already done that to gain a little bit of extra control. Keeping that in mind, the aircraft is still very, very, very touchy, particularly in the elevator. I have a feeling I might need to steepen up the curve a little bit to keep that under control. It's really easy to just slightly tap the stick and nose up or nose down. Gun sight back on. And the guns are easy to set up. It is just hit the safety, which is on the flight control stick. I have it bound to a button on the joystick, and pull the trigger. The bindings for the guns, you have the machine guns, cannons, or the option to bind a key to fire both. I am firing both at the moment just because I don't have a two-stage trigger. Alright, let's strafe some houses in the town for starters. Fair enough. Pulls out, nice. Whoa. Pull too hard and she starts blacking out really easy as well. That's going to be something to watch. Pull enough G's in a turn to black out like that. Alright, we'll nail this house here, then pull up, and I'll do a left bank cut across the town and see if I can come back around and shoot exactly the same house. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, black out that easy in a turn, or at least start to. That's going to be something to watch when you're in a tight dogfight. God, this flies so easy though. Alright, this would have to be probably the easiest of the warbirds that I've flown so far. I have them all. I have the K4, I have the D9. A bit of rudder. Yeah, it's a bad approach. I have the D9, I have the P51 with the MGs as well as the TP51 obviously. So I have all the warbirds at this time, and this one is just really, really easy to fly. I'm not looking forward to landing it though. Spitfires had exactly the same problem that 109s were noted as having, and that is the landing gear on a Spitfire is very, very, very close together, and there is a lot of aircraft outside of that centre of mass. So if you don't put them down perfectly, they will tip over. Oh yeah, this is a joy to fly. I feel like I say this every time a new module comes out, but I'm going to have to say it again, at least in regards to the warbirds. This is going to be my favourite warbird, I have no doubt. Although I should put a big disclaimer on that statement, largely because, well... God, I'm not going to be able to stop hitting the flyby camera in this thing. I love Spitfires. I absolutely adore Spitfires. They are, without a doubt, my favourite World War II aircraft. So I am slightly biased towards this thing if I had to pick a favourite out of the current lineup available in there. And, I love my K4, I love my D9, I love my Mustang, but this is a Spitfire. Having said that, it's not just bias, this is really nice to fly. And just watching the climb rate at the moment, it climbs rather nicely too. Which I suppose is hardly surprising, it should. God, I've got a bit of angle on this at the moment. It's still going up. Nose down a little bit if I want to stabilise that airspeed. And I'm going to continue dropping. There we go, from probably 300 or 400 feet to 5,400 feet in just a few seconds. This thing climbs awesomely. Which honestly doesn't surprise me at all. This is exactly what I was expecting it to do. God, it's loud from the outside. I love it. Alright, so we are now going to try and land this thing, and this is where stuff gets interesting. Okay, so the problems with landing a Spitfire historically, the prop is nearly the length of the landing gear. There is actually only a matter of inches, or we're talking a gap of under 10 centimeters between the tip of the prop and the ground when the Spitfire is level on the runway. So it doesn't take much of a nose over to smash the prop to pieces, and the prop's made of wood. The landing gear is very narrow. The aircraft has a tendency to lean left and right. As you can see there, the landing gear is, it's basically the width of the fuselage with these massive wings on the outside carrying guns. Yeah, I'm gonna just be lazy about this one. Gear is down, we've got the flaps are down. I'm just gonna let it gently come in over the runway. I know I'm gonna overshoot half the runway. I don't mind. Brakes are at half, ready for touchdown, and there we go. The quiet Russian dude. Alright, a little... Ooh. Come Get the tail wheel on the ground. Oh, oh, not too much. It's also very nose heavy. The aircraft is very light, so too much brake and she'll want to nose in. Well, this is unheard of. A successful landing in a Mags video, especially on a first flyout. I should be crashing the plane into the ground and killing myself at this point. As it turns out, you can taxi the Spitfire on dirt, so even if you manage to shoot off the runway, you just taxi back to the starting area across the dirt and it doesn't matter. So that's rather boring. Thankfully, while this was the first time that I flew the Spitfire out, it wasn't the last time that I flew the Spitfire out. So yeah, I'm going to give you a look at some of the oopses that I made along the way just to finalise this up, because it would be a horrible thing to not see me crash. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. My opinion on the Spitfire, having flown it out a couple of times now, is it the best prop in DCS? I'm going to say no. Mainly because it's in beta, it's still being worked on, and as much as I personally like it, I haven't had a chance to really put it through much in the way of combat yet. I've only got to fly one combat sortie since the video that you just watched, which was my first flight. Yes, I'm going to be putting some of that combat up over the next couple of days and weeks. Yeah, I quite like the aircraft personally. As I said in the video, I'm biased towards the Spitfire, however. But the K4 is still a monster. It really is. It is an incredibly dangerous machine, and so is the D9 for that matter. I can definitely say the Spitfire is one of the easiest aircraft to get off the ground of the props that are available at the moment. It probably ties with the K4 for difficulty getting down. Actually, the K4 and the Spitfire share a lot of the problems, well, a lot of the same problems in regards to landing. Being narrow undercarriage, extremely light aircraft with extremely powerful and heavy engines within them. Yeah, I'll definitely say the Spitfire is not a bad aircraft, and I personally really enjoy it, but it is no way going to dominate the aircraft that are already there. The K4 still has a lot to say in terms of power. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. I will leave a link to the DCS Spitfire in the comment section down below and in the video description, so it's easy for you to find if you're interested in taking a look at it yourself. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below, either telling me what you think of the Spitfire itself from a historical standpoint, what you think about what you've seen in the video itself, or if you own the Spitfire, what your impressions of it have been so far. And as always, click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more, fly smart, fly safe, and I will catch you in the skies.